This is part 3 of my review on Rockwell trading. After releasing part 2, Marcus, the founder of Rockwell, wanted to make sure I was using the software properly. He communicated with me through the comment section of my video, part 2 video. And you can see our communications in the comment sections of that video. I think this is great because I want everything I do to be open and available for others to see. And I appreciate Marcus taking the time to answer my questions in an open forum. When Marcus is willing to communicate with me out in the open, I think it brings a lot of credibility to him. He mentioned a few things that I need to change in order to better follow his program. He recommended that I do 4 things. First, he recommends that I filter my potential stock position opens in a different order. He said I should do my filtering before the market opens. He said I should first look at gaps, then trendability, then a smooth P&L chart, and make sure the stock is over $5. The second thing he said that if I find a stock that makes it through the filter, I should open the trade by placing a stop limit order before the market opens. I should place a stop limit order at the specific entry price with a limit 2% more than the entry price. Now, third, regarding the wheel calculator, he recommended that I make sure to hit the update button after making any adjustments for the filters. Fourth, he recommended some training videos. I did look over the training videos, but I was mainly relying on the questions and answers from the consultant. So I'm going to go ahead and watch those videos again and mark them off in the course as I go through them. Now, as far as my question about the long options entry, he said the price in the software is the maximum price that I should pay. As far as triggers, I watched the training and it confirmed that I should buy and sell the options based on what I do with the stock. For example, if the stock says take profits, then I will sell my options position. One thought I have is that I went through the training videos, but I probably missed a little nuances as I was trying to learn the whole system in a short period of time. I like to learn by doing and then going back to see the mistakes, thus eliminating spending time on things I already know or that I can figure out. Another thing we talked about in the comment section was how he calculated ROI. He explained that he was calculating ROI based on trading stock, not options, and that he did not use leverage. And after learning this, I can say his ROI calculations are correct. He also went over how the software bars are gray and not added in the yearly returns from the 2020 market crash. He stated that the returns were high and would have skewed the data. I reply that the returns are what they are and that I think he should keep them in because they are reality. We could have another crash like March 2020 tomorrow. Nobody knows. And I think all the data should be included in the back tests. Okay, let's see if I can implement the changes that I need to make. Today is Monday, the market's closed, so I'm preparing for tomorrow, for Tuesday, day 7 with Rockwell Trading. So let's see what we can do here. I'm going to run the report. We're going to look for stocks. I'm going to run the scanner. Looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, first thing I need to do is how many stocks do I have room for? So I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4 stock positions, and I think I have 1 options position right here. With the options, you actually do wait for the market to open and you do wait to see that the stock has surpassed trigger price. So I just want to put on 1 more stock position. So maybe I'll just look at 1 potentially because I don't want to overtrade. So I'm going to go to the stock chart. So first thing I look at is gaps. And there's a couple gaps here. I don't think it's overly gappy. Trendability looks pretty good. Not a lot of black in there. And this is kind of these parts with the trendability thing is kind of, for me, it's a little subjective, but I mean, I guess if I saw it just flat all the way across, that'd be pretty obvious. And then the P&L chart. So the P&L chart, I mean, it's going higher and higher and higher, so to me it looks pretty good. There wasn't like an exact science when you look at the P&L chart, I guess, you know, as long as it's going up. So I think this stock right here would work. So it looks like buy to open 109.39 and 101 shares. So it's a long, so if it goes over 109.39, I'll get long 101 shares. So we have BNTX. And we're looking for it to get over 109.39, 101 shares. It's going to be a stop limit. So the limit is, or the stop, I should say, when it's triggered, is 109.39. And I've never placed this type of trade, so hopefully I'm doing it right. And then we don't want to get in if it's 2% higher than that. So let me figure out what 2% higher than that is. It's $2.19. So about 111.58. So it looks like my stop, that's basically saying, hey, do something here, get in. But then if it's more than that, don't get in. And we're doing 101 shares. And we'll take a look at this in the morning after the market's already open to see if it fills. And 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I've already got 4 positions, so I really don't want to put on more than one. I mean, I could put on more than one, but I don't want to end up with more than 5 positions. Now, as far as trading options, I've got room for 4 more. But again, trading options, the stock is already above the trigger point. In other words, the market's open and you see it above the trigger point, and then you go ahead and buy the option. So that's buying the options. You actually wait for the market to be open. Buying stocks, you actually do it before the market opens. Based on this trade, and hopefully I did it correctly, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. All right, let's go to, well, the wheel is another one, which you just wait for the market to be open. So it looks like out of the 3 potential portfolios, I should say, one's a wheel, one's the long options, and one's the stocks. Out of those 3, it looks like just the buying the stocks is the one that you do or have it set up to do before the market opens. So I just set up that one. We'll see what happens on Tuesday morning. Okay, it is Tuesday, January 19th, 2021. And let's see what happened from last night. We had this BNTX where we wanted to get in it if it went greater than 109.39. It's at 102.59, so it never reached anything, so it never filled. And this order is for the day, so we'll just leave it in there. As far as adding more stocks, I'll work on that tonight. I put this type of order in there for tomorrow morning. So let's go to managing our stocks, and managing the stocks really doesn't, I don't need to really do anything here. But the next question, because none of these stops or profit targets have been hit, but I want to see if the trend has changed. So I need to check that, because if it has, then I need to get out. So let's check on the trend using the Power X. So we have ADPT. Okay, no trend change there. ADT. No trend change there. DCP. No trend change there. SLV. No trend change there. Okay, so as far as managing the stocks, that's done for the day. Let's go on to the options. As far as managing the options, I would manage it based on the stock. Let's take a look. So I have this option here, but whenever I manage this stock, ADT, then I'll manage the option. So as far as managing the options, we're done with that. Well, let's manage everything. So I'm going to go into, now that we're done with that, I'm going to manage the other positions, which are the wheel strategy. So managing the wheel, I've got my 5 positions on. I want to know if I can buy whatever I sold this for, buy it back at 10%, or if I got assigned. Okay, so I still own this, and I want to buy this back at 2 cents. Currently at 2.5 cents. I can create a closing order there. Maybe I can get 2 cents. Okay, dust, not assigned. I want to buy this at 2 cents. It's not quite there. FEYE, not assigned. I want to buy this at about 2 cents. It's not there. Groupon, not assigned. I want to buy this at 3 cents. It's not quite there. LL, not assigned. I want to buy this at 4 cents. Not quite there. Okay, so those are the management of the wheel strategy. This one might fill. So next, by the way, this is like a 6-part series. All right, I've got 3 different types of trading systems that I'm managing. So I've got to manage the existing positions. So that's 3 parts. And then I've got to put on new positions. So that's another 3 parts. So it's like a 6-part thing that I go through. I guess if you take this course, you might want to choose which one you want to do. You know, whether you want to do the wheel or whether you want to do a stock, the stocks, or whether you want to just do long options. It might make it quite a bit easier. Okay, so let's start over with the stocks. Okay, we already attempted to add to the stocks. Again, and one of the questions I'm having now is, you know, I've got 4 stocks on, I want to only add 1. You know, I can't really put more than 1 potential trade that'll get filled on at a time. I don't want to end up with 6 stocks. Now, as far as managing the wheel, I can go to that one right away. I've already got my 5 wheels on, 5 positions on for the wheel, so I don't need to add to that. So really the only thing that I could possibly add to is the long option portfolio. So far that long option portfolio is down about $200, it looks like. So for me to see if I can add to it, I'm going to go back to the calculator, and I ran this report last night. So BNTX, I wonder if there's any options available. Well, I know that that one didn't get triggered. BYND, this is a long, is it above 143.81? And if it is, I might be able to get into this call right here. So 143.81, let's take a look at that. No, it's not above it. CEQP, is it above 22.21? CEQP. 2175. That's a no. G dot, is it lower? Looks like I can get in here. Is it lower than 53.52? G dot. It's not lower than 53.52. NK. Looks like we can do the options if they're available. There's no red here. 1819. Is it NK higher than 1819? No, it's at 1804. I guess I could check to see if it ever got above 1819. High is 1810, so no. PRLB. PRLB, well, I wouldn't trade it anyways. Not the options, okay. PSTG. PSTG, lower than 2280. Yes, it is lower than 2280. It's at 2263. Now, I do need to check the chart. Make sure it's not too gappy and that it has a good trendability. I guess it looks like it has decent trendability. It's definitely not too gappy. Is it over $5? And then is it trending looking up? Yeah. I mean, lately it wasn't too trendy, but I'm going to go ahead and buy this put. I see it as an opportunity to execute this system. So I'm going to go with the optimize after money. So I don't want to pay more than $1.24. So I'm dealing with PSTG put, the 2250 strike, $1.24 or better, 7 contracts. Let's take a look at this. PSTG, PSTG, trade. We're looking at the, oh, which one are we looking at? Expiration 2/19/21, February 19. We have the 2250 on the put side, 2250 here. We want to buy 7 of these. And we want to make sure we get better than $1.24. It looks like we can get better than $1.24, $1.20. Try to get $1.15. Probably won't get it. So we'll get $1.20 probably. It should. Okay. Now we have our second options position out of 5. Let's keep going. WLL. Looks good. Is it lower than 25 basically? WLL. WLL. No, it's not lower than 25. It's not really close. And WVE. We do have liquidity. Is it above 956? WVE. Not above 956 and not really too close. Okay, so there you have it for day 7 for trading the PowerX optimizer with 3 different portfolios. Okay, it's the night before day 8, and I'm going to go ahead and try to add another stock. I've got 4 stocks. This one here is just an option. I've got 4 stocks here, and I'm trying to add a 5th, and I want to place my order before the market opens. So I'm doing it the night before. Let's take a look at the PowerX optimizer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and run the scanner. Looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential stocks. I'm going to look at this one here, and I'm going to look at the chart, and I see some gaps, gap, maybe it's too gappy. Let's go to the next one. There's one gap, but it does look pretty trendy. So this one probably looks pretty good. It's over $5. Doesn't have gaps, looks trendy, and it looks like it's continuing to make money. BYND 143.81. BYND trade this thing. We're gonna buy stop limit, the stop 143.81. And we don't want to overpay, so let's put a 2% buffer in there. 143.81 times 2%, 287. 2.87 plus 143.81, 146.68. So we don't want to pay over 146.68. We want to go, so if it goes over this, so 143.82. So if it hits 143.82, we'll get in. If it goes, we don't want to pay more than this. Maybe it gaps over it. How many shares do we want to get? Let's take a look. 23 shares. $23 shares. Okay, let's see, we got it right here. So there's our order ready for tomorrow morning. I only need to add one more stock, so I'm just going to put one of these in. And we'll see if that fills. So I'll be back on day 8, which will be Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. Today is Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. And I have 6 things to look at. Number 1, managing my stock portfolio. Number 2, managing my long option portfolio. Number 3, managing my wheel portfolio. And then number 4, add to the stock portfolio. Number 5, add to the long option portfolio. And then number 6, add to the wheel positions. I know I'm not going to do number 6 because I have enough positions there. So really there's just 5 things to do. But if you have a checklist, there's really 6 things to do if you have these 3 separate portfolios. So I'm going to start with number 1, managing my stocks. I'm going to go ahead and add these stocks to my watch list. That'll make it a lot easier to manage them in the future. And there's a watch list on the PowerX optimizer. So I'm going to go to watch list here. ADBK. ADT. DCP. PSTG. SLB. Okay, this should make it easier to look and see if there's a trend change, because that is the only factor that's going to get me out of these stocks. Okay, no trend change there. It's almost at profit target. ADT, if that's the profit target, which I think it is. No trend change. DCP. No trend change. PSTG. No trend change. SLD. No trend change. Okay, so that's managing my stocks and my options. Let's go ahead and take a look at the wheel positions. It's in a separate account. Okay, it looks like, let's see. Okay, it looks like I had the CCL, which was closed out. That was the one where I placed an order yesterday, so that one got closed out for profit. So I do need to add one more wheel stock here, but we're currently managing, so let's take a look. So can I buy this back for 2 cents? Not yet. Or have I been assigned? No. Can I buy this back for 10%? That would be about 2 cents. It's at 3, so I'd say no. This should be at 3 cents. No. This should be at 4 cents. So none of those are ready, but this one's pretty close. So I'm going to put a closing order on there for 2 cents. GTC. I could technically do this with all of these. This one's pretty close too, I think. Yeah. Okay, so that's managing the wheel strategy. Let's go to number 4, which would be adding stocks to the portfolio. Let's go back to our stock portfolio. I have 4 stocks in the portfolio. I'm looking to add this one here. I had a stop at 143.82. It never went above that and filled. So I'm still short one stock in the portfolio. I'm going to go to the Power X optimizer. Maybe I can find one, even though it didn't fit the criteria of getting filled in the morning. There might be still one available. So if we go through the filter, AM. I don't remember that one being on there last night. Okay, probably too much of a sideways stock. I'm going to say no. BNTX, a lot of gaps. I have to say no. BYNV, this is the one we had set up to possibly open, so I know that one's not good. Let's see what this one looks like. Yeah, there's a gap. Seems like it's pretty trendy. It's not $5. It's got a good, somewhat of a good equity curve. Let's see what that one is. CalX. So when I look at CalX, it's not within 2% of the entry price. So that's a no-go. CEQP. Looks kind of flat. It's not real trendy. So I'm going to say no. PBR. Gap here, gap there. Not, I wouldn't say significantly gappy. Kind of sideways, but it looks like it's trending here. Definitely got a good equity curve. So let's see if that's below 1069. No, it's not below 1069. Okay, so none of these are ready to be executed for stocks or options, because if the stock isn't ready, then I'm not going to place an option, a long options trade. So I can't add to my long options portfolio. I do need to add one position to the wheel portfolio. Let's go to the wheel calculator. So it looks like I just have this one, EDIT. I like to be in the green over here. I'm going to clear this off. Add this one. So it's EDIT. I got the January 29, 60 strike, and I need to get at least 49 cents. And I'm going to do one option Let's see if we can add this. Let's go into the wheel portfolio. We have EDIT, trade January 29th. I'm going to be on the puts. We've got the 60 put. Right here, we're going to sell it. There's going to be one. We're going to want to get at least 49 cents. Looks like we can get maybe 70. Let's go ahead and execute this. Okay, there we are. EDIT is now in our wheel portfolio. And so I just went through all 6 of the steps that I needed to take, managing my stocks, managing my long options, managing my wheel, and then adding to the stock, adding to the long option, and adding to the wheel if needed. So there you have it for day 8 with PowerX Optimizer. Okay, it is the night before day 9, and this is when I set up my potential stock buying opportunities for the open. You can see I have 4 stock positions, 1, 2, 3, 4. My goal is to have 5. And let's go ahead and take a look at the PowerX Optimizer, see if I can't get another stock into my portfolio. Okay, so I'm going to go over to the stock chart. Let's see, I'm going to go here. I'm going to scan. These are the stocks that are the potential stocks based on yesterday, or actually based on today's close. So I look at the chart, BYND. This one is a good potential, not a lot of gaps. Got pretty good trending ability. It's over $5. Looks like it's got a pretty good equity curve. So this one, I think this is one I put in yesterday, 143.81. BYND. Oh, now see, that thing's at 135. That's really far away, so I'm not going to do that. I want to try to pick one that's closer. Maybe I can pick it up. So let me go back to the PowerX Optimizer. CEQP. Make sure that's not already in there. No. CEQP. It looks kind of not trendy, like too flat, so I'm going to kick that one out. DKNG, pretty good and trendy. Not a lot of gaps. Over $5. Equity curve looks good. It's on its way up. I would say that's a good one. So DKNG 5411. Let's look at that. DKNG 5411. Now definitely could possibly hit that. 5411. So let's say we're going to buy how many shares? 60 shares. 60. And we're going to do a stop limit, and our stop's going to be 5411. Let me calculate 2% above that. It's $1.08. 55.19. That'll be the limit. We don't want to pay more than that. And actually, it's 54.12. It's 1 cent higher. That's when we want to get in. 60 shares. Day order. Okay, looks good. We've got one in. I would add another one, but I don't want to get filled on 2, and then I'll have too many positions on. I only want to have 5. But it has been a while. I might do that tomorrow. if I don't get filled, if I don't get any positions on tomorrow, I might put on more than one just to kind of get that in there. But there you have it. I look forward to tomorrow, and hopefully we'll get a fill. Hopefully we'll get this one in, and we'll see what happens tomorrow morning. Today is Thursday, January 21st, 2021, day 9 with the PowerX Optimizer. As we can see, we had a fill here for our stock portfolio. So remember, I've got 6 things to do. I've got to manage 3 portfolios and then possibly add to those 3 portfolios. That's 6 different tasks. So let's start with task number 1, which is managing the stock portfolio. So I'm going to go to the PowerX Optimizer for that. And I have my watch list. And I'm going to see if there's a trend change. No trend change there. No trend change. No trend change. No trend change. Okay, we had a trend change in silver, so we're going to need to exit our silver position. You can see the little black thing here. Let's take care of that. SLV. We have an open order here. So the first thing I'm going to do is just cancel these orders. And I'm going to go in silver, create closing order. Mid price here. Okay, we filled on silver. So that takes us out of one of our 4 positions. Actually, we had 5, but now we have to go back down to 4. We'll get to that later. Okay, let's manage our long options. Okay, we did that because we managed, here's one of our long options on ADT. We managed that stock. And we have an option on DCP, and we manage that stock. We have an option on PSTG, and we manage that stock. So managing the stocks is the same thing as managing the long options portfolio. Now let's talk about managing the wheel strategy. That's in a separate account here. Okay, we had a fill, so it looks like we took profit on FEYE. Okay, that's interesting. Well, let's see if we can manage this. So we've either got assigned, like we own the shares, or we can take profits at 10% of what we sold the put for. So if we sold a put here for 70 cents, we want to get 7 cents. Okay, that's not there. FYE, okay, that one has been executed. Groupon, we want to buy this for 3 cents. It's going for 4. We could put it in an order, create closing order, and try to get 4 cents. We can just make it a GTC. LL, 40 cents. We want to buy it back for 4 cents. It's worth 17, so that's not going to happen right now. Okay, so looks like we only have 1, 2, 3, 4 positions now. So we need to add one there. Okay, so going back, we've just managed all of our portfolios. Now let's go ahead and add to the portfolio if we have the ability to add. So we'll start with the stock portfolio. 1, 2, 3, 4 positions in the stocks. So we need to add one. Let's see. Let's look at the PowerX Optimizer and see if we can add one more stock. So the scanner, which was ran last night, could always run it again. Okay, BYND. Is it above 143.48? Well, there's a gap. This one seems like it's good enough. Let's see, good, decent equity curve. Above $5. Trendiness is okay, gap's okay. So the question is it above 143.81? Let's take a look. BYND, no, 132. CPQ, too flat, not trendy enough. DKNG, now I believe we just got into this one. Yeah, so we're in that one already. Good, might buy a call on this, we'll see. INO. Looks like kind of not very trendy, pretty flat. PBR, pretty flat, not a lot, not very good on the trend. PRLB. This one could be trendy. I guess there's a couple gaps. It's kind of like only going up. It's not really going up and down. So maybe it's just not trendy. It's kind of a subjective play there, but I'm going to go with it's not. WVE, definitely not trendy here. I mean, that's pretty easy to see. Okay, so none of those really qualify as a potential new stock for the stock portfolio. So let's take a look at these in terms of options, and none of them qualified except for DKNG because this one just filled. So see that it's, we know that this one, as long as it's not 2% higher than 54.11, it should be a good stock to get into in terms of long options. Let's take a look. 54.11, 53.80. Yeah, okay. So that one triggered. We'll go ahead and look at that option as a potential buy. Options. We want to go optimized at medium aggressive. We've got good blue, black here. It's not red, so there is good liquidity. So here's the one we want to try to get. Expiration on the 19th. It's the 55 call. We want to get at 581 or better. DKNG. 319. On the call side on the 55, calls on the left. 55 the strike, we're going to go long. Make sure it's 581 or less. It's 545. The mid price is 540. How many do we want to get? Oh, forgot to look at that. Quantity. Contracts 1. Okay. 1. And we're filled there, 540. So we added one stock to our long options positions. Oh, and on that one long stock, I forgot to put in profit target and stop loss. Let's do that. So we just got into DKNG. Create closing order. What was it? I gotta look at my DKNG. Tax. $74.10 and $45.88. Okay, so 45. 88 and 74.10. Five, 8, 10. GTC. Oh no, did it wrong. Okay. All right, this happens. Did it backwards. All right, so what do I need to do now? I need to get back into DKNG. How many shares did I have? Fat finger. I got 60. 60 shares, create duplicate order. Let's go into the market. Right now it's at 53.81. Get back to those 60 shares. Okay. All right, now let's do that again. Put that in backwards. So I've got my DKNG. Okay, let me just start this thing over. Looks like I screwed up again. So right now I have 0 shares. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I have the right amount of shares. Right now, I'm going to go look at the PowerX optimizer. I should have 60 shares. Okay, let's go back and let's buy 60 shares. DKNG, buy 60 shares. Mid price 72, buying 60 shares. Okay, now I should have my 60 shares. Okay, now I need to put back my profit target and my stop loss. Okay, this one needs to be the higher number, 74.10. This one needs to be the lower number, 45.88. See if I get this right this time. GTC. Hopefully it doesn't fill. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I made a fat finger mistake. That's what happens sometimes. So I'm in and out of this stock, but it's not the end of the world. I might have lost a few cents here and there. I might have even made a few dollars. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I lost like 3 cents. Okay. So now I have my GTC in for DKNG. We had a fill here also, it looks like. Okay, so long options. Let's see, no. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 positions in our long options portfolio, and that's good. We're getting up there. We want to get to 5. All right, let's take a look. Now that we've managed our stocks and we've managed our long options, let's manage our wheel. Let's go to the wheel here. How many do we have? 1. Looks like we only have 2 positions left. So, see, this is the one that closed. Groupon right here. This one closed for 4 cents. Okay, good. So it looks like we only have 2 positions on. We need 3 more wheels. Let's take a look at the wheel on the PowerX optimizer. Wheel calculator. See if we can get 3 more. Clear this. Looks like we've got plenty to choose from. I heard, you can use these that are in this yellow, but I prefer to go to the green ones. So here's one that's green, APA. I think we already have this one edit, yeah. EXPE might be one there. And FAS, interesting. That's a triple leveraged. That's on there. So there's 3 that we could probably add. I don't see any reason why we would not add those. Let's see. Why is this doing that? I don't know. Date. EXPE. Sounds familiar. EXP is not in here. Oh, we do need to add something to our watch list. We need to add DKNG. Okay, back to the wheel calculator. I don't know why this isn't calculating out. So it's not telling me how many options to trade on EXPE. Okay, so I'm just going to take that out of there. There's plenty to choose from. Groupon. We just did this one. We just got out of it. Okay. Another triple X. Okay. NEM. There you go. Let's add that one in there. Okay. These are close enough. 30%. All right. So it looks good for me as far as what I've learned and how to use this system is that these 3 can be added to the wheel portfolio. So let's go ahead and add those. Let's double check, make sure we only have 2 positions. We have one here, nothing, nothing, and one there. So we do need to add 3. Okay. APA. APA. Trade. We're going to be in the January 29th. The 15 strike. Put. Sell. Get a minimum of 11 cents. We're going to do 3 contracts. Okay, there's one. NEM. So what's good about this is this does take advantage of the option, the edge in options, because you're selling premium and you're laying in high probability trades, and this is the portfolio that I have the most confidence in coming in. NEM, January 29th, 60.50, put, sell. I'm going to do 1, 45 cents max minimum, bid price 49. And FAS. Let's see if we can get this filled. Minimum 45, so 47, that works. Okay. Now we're on FAS. We're going to go to the 29th. The 61 put. We're going to do one of those. We need to get at least 45 cents. Okay, it's selling for more than that. Always put a little more just in case. should go, but I'll go down one more. Okay. 57. Okay, good. So now we have our 5 positions in, and we'll manage that portfolio tomorrow. So there you have it. I managed 3 portfolios, and I attempted to, or I added to 3 portfolios. So there you have it for day 9 with the Power X optimizer. Okay, it is the night before day 10, and I need to put on some stocks into my portfolio. I currently have 1, 2, 3 positions, but I want to have 5. So I'm going to go ahead and try to add 2 more positions. Let's go to the Power X optimizer and do some filtering. Let's see if we can add to the portfolio. I'm going to run the report. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we got here. Looking for gaps. As far as trendiness, I've heard Marcus say that he doesn't like to see it only have a trend going one way, so I'm going to cut that one out. BYND, yeah, I like this one, but I don't think we're close to that 143.81. Let's take a look. BYND, yeah, we're not close enough. I don't think that's a good candidate. CNDT, that's close to $5 or below $5. Probably not a good candidate because of that. DBD, not a lot of gaps. There's a gap there, but pretty trendy. Good equity curve. This one looks good. DBD 1316. DBD. Yeah, 1304. Buy here. Stop limit. 1316, actually 1317. And we're going to put this limit at 2% higher. It's 1342. And how many shares? 515 shares. $13.17. Where do I do? Okay. DBD. Okay, there's one potential open. Let's take a look at our last filtered stock, GDOT. Kind of looks like it's too sideways. So as far as the trendiness, I'd say it doesn't qualify. So there you have it for the night before day 10. We were able to find one stock to potentially put on tomorrow, and we put in a stop limit order. Today is Friday, January 22nd, 2021, day 10 with Power X Optimizer. First thing I'm going to do is manage my stock portfolio. Really, there's not much to manage. Everything is managed up here with the GTC orders. But we do want to look at these stocks and see if the trend has changed. So I'm going to pull up the Power X Optimizer, go through my watch list. Let me update this watch list. ABT, DCP, AKNG, SDG, and this one's not on here. Remove. Okay, now the watch list is updated. Let's check for trend changes. This should be along. Okay, let's see. PSTG. Maybe I need to sign in and sign out. Okay, there it is. No trend change. No trend change. Oh, I had a trend change in DCP, it looks like. So let's take care of that. Get out of DCP. DCP. I have a long call. Okay, this is going to take a loss, it looks like. DCP. I don't have any stock, just a long call. Mid price 125. Okay, filled, we're out of DCP because of the trend change. Let's go back to the software. PSTG. Oh, a trend change in PSTG also. Let's get out of that one. PSTG, that's also a long put. So that's going to take a loss also. I'll close that out. Okay, so back to the software. This one here, no longer in there. Remove it. And this one, remove it. DK and G. Oh, another trend change. DK and G. So let's get out of that one too. DK and G. Oh, I got stock and option on this one. Okay. Let me get rid of this stuff. DK and G. We got to kill these orders. And now create closing order. Okay, I got that filled. Now we have DK and G, the option. Okay. All right. So we're out of DK and G due to a trend change. Whew. We're down to 2 stocks and 1 long option. So our portfolio just got, a lot of positions just got taken out. Okay, so let's go. We just managed the long options. We just managed the stocks. So let's manage the wheel portfolio. Okay, APA. We want this to be 2 cents. It's 6 cents because we either are going to get assigned shares or we're going to buy it back for 10% of what we sold it for. So this would be 7 cents. Oh. This would be about 6 cents. Nope. This would be about 4 cents. This one's close. 5 cents. So we can put an order in 4 cents. Oh, okay. Looks like it's only in 5-cent increments, so we're going to look to try to get 5 cents. Okay, that filled, so we're out of one of our wheel positions. Looks like we broke even. No, we made money on that one. I know we did. Okay, and here, this one about 5 cents. No. Okay, so we just managed our 3 portfolios. Now let's look to add to our portfolios. So we're looking to add stocks. Now we already did that last night. Let's take a look at that. We are looking to open this DBD. That was kind of the only one that was eligible. We're looking for $13.17 is at 12.44. So there's no opens on any of the stocks, and because there's nothing to open on the stocks, that means there's nothing to open on the long options either. Because the stocks have to play ball in order to get into the options. So really all we have left is the wheel, and I think we have 4 out of 5 positions, right? Because we just got rid of LL. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need to add 1 stock to the wheel. Let's go to the PowerX Optimizer, wheel calculator, wheel aggressive AA. Here's one in the green. We can add that to the calculator. And we have all of our numbers here, so it looks like we can add AA. Seems like filtering through the wheel is pretty simple. There's a lot of them available and there's not a lot of hoops to jump through. One thing I have to say is I know Marcus is going to watch this and he'll correct the mistakes that I'm making if I'm making any as far as implementing this program. Hopefully I'm doing it perfectly. Okay, so we're going to be in January 29th. 1750 strike. We need to get at least 12 cents. We're going to do 3 contracts. AA. January 29th. January 29th. 1750 put. Sell. Need to get at least 12 cents. Looks like the mid is 12. Try to get 13. We're going to do 3 contracts. I'm going to go short 3. This is the wheel. Okay. Okay, there we go. We opened up a new position for AA on the wheel. So we've got 5 positions here. We've already went through, managed all 3 portfolios, and we attempted to add to all 3 portfolios. And we're at the end of the week. So looking at the wheel portfolio, starting with $25,000 after a couple weeks. I know the first week was a little slow, just trying to get my feet wet, trying to understand what's going on. So, you can, as a beginner, you can take that into account. We can see we're up $62 on this. So we're not really killing it or anything in this account, but we're not down either. Now, as far as let's try to look at the stock portfolio. So as far as the stock portfolio and the options portfolio, it's very difficult to separate those within the account. So I had to take those and create a spreadsheet. So you can see so far after 2 weeks, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stocks. 2 of them are still open. This one here, this one here. And then I've had 4 of them close. You can see all 4 of them actually took a loss. You can see I'm down about $1,500 just on the stocks. On the option portfolio, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4 options trades made. We've got 1 still open, and you can see that 1, 2, 3 out of the 4 have taken a loss. I'm down about $715 on the options portfolio. It's harder to find options to trade than it is stocks. So that's why there's less of those there. But you can see my results after 2 weeks for the stocks, and for the options, the changes. So there you have it for the end of week 2 with Rockwell trading.